Here I go. Oasis. So I'm just around the corner and it is raining. It's raining. So like you can see the wetness on my coat. It'll be a really different kind of vibe probably going in the rain, but whatever, my hair's gonna get frizzy, my makeup's gonna drip off. Let's make the most of it. Here we go. All right, everybody. It's basically 12 o'clock. I just left. I'm not gonna lie to you. This night was not my night, and I stayed here multiple hours past when they thought it was time to go. And although you are going to be getting a very positive update from R, who did have some fun tonight, I'm not gonna lie, tonight wasn't my night. I ended up finding myself alone on the 3rd floor, keeping myself entertained by looking at the wall for a few hours. Like, let's just be honest, it wasn't a great turnout. It was a little rainy, but it was for a few reasons. The vibe wasn't necessarily the most wonderful. There wasn't as many people here. Some of the friends that I used to come with didn't come, and so it just felt like, for some reason, my big return to the club kind of fell a little flat. And of course I didn't have sex. I came 0% close to sex because I wasn't able to be present tonight. I just wasn't, it wasn't my night. So I did end up turning it around a bit. Luckily, R and I had a little girl talk in the glory hole. So we went and closed the door and had this like kind of private conversation. And then it's kind of funny because then a couple came in to have sex in the room that we were in, and they did not know that there was people in the glory hole. And so they were kind of like in the middle of it. And then me and R opened the door. We're like, surprise. So we kind of freaked them out. But I did end up going back in the pool after that, having a bit more of a kind of chill night, and now I'm leaving on better terms, so I'm not like as sad, but like it was a night that I stayed upstairs and I looked at the wall and I wondered, how can I make a video? What can I make a video about? I've done nothing. So it was a hard night, and I hope to come back again another time when it's more fun. Maybe I'll have more friends to come with me or things like that, but sometimes the vibe is just not your night, and I can't lie to you guys. So hopefully R will provide a video with her updates. I'm gonna go and get some food and go home, and I'll try again another time. Bye. Hey everybody, clearly I am dealing with some frizz in my hair, and that's okay because that's just what happens when you're out in the rain. So I came home, I'm all alone, got myself a little burger, and I wanted to do a juicy, dirty burger for my first big night back to Oasis. It's pretty good.
Hey TorontoUnicorn, it's R. So I just wanted to report on how my evening went. Let's see, earlier in the evening, my friend S, who had done a video with us, if you remember, with the dirty burgers from back in the summer, he was there, and so we had a great time. We actually had dinner together, and then we came back to the club, and we ended up going into the dungeon room and sitting in that Queen Anne chair, which is that chair with the notch cut out in the front there. And yeah, so I sat down in the chair. He went to work on me. There were a couple of guys that were hanging around, and so they approached. I gave them permission to approach and whatever. And so I had 3 young gentlemen that were doing their, you know, finger magic on me on different parts of my body. So that was kind of fun for a little bit. Later on, they had the Sibian rides. But it's a machine where you put an attachment on, and that attachment, well, you rub against it, and it's very, very full of vibrations. So I rode the Sibian machine, and that was a lot of fun. There were 2 machines. So I was facing off with a friend we'll call T, and there were 2 men. So her spouse P was controlling my Sibian machine. So, you know, if he wanted to crank it up, it was me that was going crazy. And my friend A was controlling her Sibian machine. And so it was just going crazy, and we were just trying to see who could last the longest. And yeah, it lasted a good deal until I couldn't do it anymore. I ended up squirting all over the place. So what can I tell you? That happens. It gets a little messy on the Sibian machine. So, but that was fun. So at the end of the night, I ended up going upstairs with A, and we were fooling around, and there was a gentleman there who was watching us with his dick in hand and just going nuts, and that's great. Clearly wanted to join in, and so when, you know, A ran out of gas a little bit at the end, then I invited this other guy in, and wouldn't you know it, it was a little strange. He gave me his entire pedigree of where he worked and what he does, and etc., etc., and then proceeded, you know, as invited, to get with me. When he got a little soft at some point, I thought, oh, okay, well, I think he disembarked. What I thought was to go get a towel or a condom or something. Disappeared without a word. And A and I are sitting there like, is he coming back? Was that it? I didn't even get a goodbye? Like, what? It was very strange. Anyway, just to finish, we ended up closing the place, so we were kicked out. It's after 3 right now. It is 3:13 a.m. and I had a busy night. A lot of it was social though, but I got some good D, so I can't complain. It was a good night overall.